welcome. Today I'm working on this D&D group commission. In particular, this Dullahan Bard. I'm gonna work on the line work, and then if I get through that, excuse me, we'll do some shading. Give me 1 second, just setting up here. Just refining the rough on these pants before I do the final line layer. I think they're fine. It's just a little off. Yeah, not much to say. Not feeling like explaining, but if anyone ends up watching, happy to answer any questions or chat. Until then, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and draw. I'm gonna play with my tablet settings here. I feel like when I press, the mark isn't dark enough. Softer? Let's try that. Yeah, I think that's about right. have this feeling that the Wacom pens get, I don't know, they change over time, the spring in them or something, and then as time passes, the mark I make gets lighter and lighter. Either that or something in the software keeps reverting. But with these pens, or styluses rather, it's definitely helpful to set it up so it has a soft touch. I used to go through about a pen every like 2 months, and I haven't bought one in a while, but last time I did, they're about $100 US. And that's no good, having to keep buying same piece of plastic over and over again. It's not supposed to be disposable. Hey, Maley, how's it going? Saw my speed paint have been right on. Yeah, I'm just rambling to myself about the Wacom stylus and how crappy it is. It's fine. Just gotta be gentle with it. Sometimes it just makes a long line mark instead of following my movements. Oh, I think mine does that too. Or if I draw too fast, it'll kind of ignore the pressure sensitivity in order to keep up. I think that's probably my computer, not the pen's fault. I don't know if that's the same problem you're experiencing. Let me double check the description. He's got this big pendant on his neck, and I think there's something in the crystal or whatever it is. Oops. Using an Intuos instead of a Wacom display. Yeah, but the Pro Pen is the same. I think. The issue I find with them, well, I'm not gonna be able to replicate it, and I wouldn't want to, but is that it stutters when I draw a line. That's when I know to buy a new one. Yeah, I'm interested in trying out like the new players on the market. I don't know, can't remember what they're called. There's a bunch of new discount or budget styluses and tablets. But I'm going to ride this particular one into the ground until I'm forced to buy a new one. Haven't run into that problem. I think it's because in my style, like I do a lot of hatching, and then it's just over time it really hammers on the pen. I just say just don't press too hard, and it'll last way longer. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the description. Do I use the standard tip? Yeah, the standard tip. I think I've tried the other ones. They just feel a little scratchy to me. The performance is the same as far as I'm concerned. Just whatever feel you like, it's fine. Sorry for the delay, just... Alright, I couldn't find anything about it. I think there's like a dragon's claw in here. Like... What did I draw here? What's this? I gotta read it. I'm sorry. Just can't skip over his... For the smooth glide, yeah. Don't mean to distract. Oh no, it's fine. I don't mean to be reading on live stream. It's not very entertaining, but I've got to get this right. I don't think it's in the description. I'm gonna go with my gut here. Yeah, totally. If I screw it up, I'll make an edit for them after, but I'm just gonna guess at what I was trying to draw there. I think there's dragon scales in the opal or whatever kind of rock this is. I have a vague memory of reading that, even though I couldn't find it in the description. I just reread the whole thing. It might have been in an email where they made some addition. I don't know. Looks like scales. You can see that? I can barely tell. I think it's like a tooth, a claw, and scales. Just dragon bits. It's a very small detail. You know, I'm zoomed in quite a lot here. But I still want to endeavor to get it right to the best of my ability. Yeah, the group images are pretty big. How long I've been professional? Oh, years and years. I'm getting up there in age. I'm approaching my 50s. .36. Just starting taking actual classes. Awesome. Good for you, man. There's no, it's not too late, man, if that's your concern. You know, art is like, I don't know, getting in shape or something like that. You think it takes forever, but then all of a sudden you realize you've actually come a long way if you keep at it. I assume. I never get in shape myself. my generation kind of skipped the gym when we were young. I don't know. We had other things on our minds. What's that feeling like? Some people started before me. Yeah. But here's the truth, like, no matter how far you advance in your art skills, you're never going to hit the top of the totem pole, right? There's always people that are going to like blow your mind and intimidate you with their skill. Like, it happens to me all the time. I see something and I'm like, oh my god, that's so good. I've been doing this for so long and I'm not there. It can be discouraging if you let those feelings get out of control. When I could just not do that. Yeah, it's, of the two choices, I prefer not. I just want that, workout pill. Come on, science, catch up. At my skill level, thanks. Yeah, you never hit the top, That's kind of what's intoxicating about making art. There's no end to it. You level up forever. So what kind of art do you like to do, Melee? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Never considers leveling up. Yeah. You don't get that dopamine hit that you do in video games, unfortunately, but you'll level up and not know it. It's not until you look back at your work and go, oh, okay, I'm improving. Sometimes you don't get that feeling at all, and it's a bit of a drag. Fantasy art, D&D stuff. Yeah, right on. You have a stronger skill set in abstract painting. Oh, cool. Well, I'll say Composition is everything, right? So if you've learned a little bit of composition in abstract painting, that skill will transfer. Yeah, figure drawing. I have not done any life drawing in some time, just haven't made the time, but highly recommend if you haven't done that. Find a local drop-in, and it's definitely worth your time. Spheres and cubes, yeah. You know, I don't really watch PewDiePie's YouTube, but that guy has taken up an interest late in life and is like supercharged his progress. It'd be worthwhile watching just to see how quickly he's improved and what he's doing. It's pretty neat. A little intimidating how quickly he's advancing. He did learn a lot. He's also rich, so he has free time as his superpower. Take that into account. Finding some classes on Skillshare. Brett Eviston, I don't know that artist. Cool. Good for you, man. Oh, there's the stutter right there. Gonna have to start thinking about getting a new pen just as a backup. More folks. Yeah. Skip the dishes. It's a business expense. An invaluable business tool. Do I plan to post live stream the entire rest of this piece? Honestly, don't know. It's possible. I'm just trying to get back in the swing of live streaming and posting on YouTube in general. I think I will be definitely doing more on this piece. As for the entire thing, I don't know about that. Yeah, I used to really like streaming on Twitch, and I'm considering trying it again. I don't know what state that platform is in. I know it's not what it was, but yeah, I used to be doing that all the time, and it was a lot of fun building up a little community and chatting with people that became friends. YouTube feels a little different. I don't know. It's not as casual. Yeah, I'd like to do get back into like a little bit of a schedule here, and then pick a time slot during the week and stick to it. You know, do like Monday night draws, like Dave Finch or something like that. But it's hard to find a time slot that always works for me, because at any given time I have multiple projects that need my attention more than, you know, these random commissions. Posting clips from streams to YouTube. Yeah. That might work for me. I don't know. I do miss the good old days when you could just play whatever music you wanted. That was a big part of the fun, honestly, like taking requests, you know, and letting viewers, you know, pick some music once in a while and seeing what people like. Found a lot of cool music that way. I miss it. Even just streaming at random with social posts to announce it could work. Yeah, you're probably right. I guess I don't announce it anywhere because I don't know. I want to get comfortable with it and not make a big deal of it, you know. Just want to do the work and not have high expectations from people. I don't know. I just want to get comfortable with it first, and then we'll see if it builds into something. Well, if you stick around for a little bit longer, I'm gonna render the pumpkin, I think. Getting a little bored of doing the line work, so I'm gonna block in some colors or tones here. This is gonna be grayscale. Another big responsibility. I know, yeah. I mean, I'll happily do it if it blows up and I start getting paid or something. I'm happy to take on that responsibility. $20 more minutes. All right, let's see how far I can get in 20 minutes. Yeah. That's the thing, like, getting to that stage where it's profitable is a lot of work and sacrifice. But it looks so fun once you get there. I agree with that. Sometimes I just feel like creating the art and not thinking about turning it into content, you know? It's, I don't know, it sounds weird, but it's like, it makes the art unpure, you know? I'm performing right now. I'm not drawing for my own pleasure or for the sake of what's best for the image. Part of my mind is thinking about, I don't know, making sure I don't look foolish, or like I don't do any steps that don't look good. I don't know if that makes sense. It becomes a little more performative, and visual art is not supposed to be that. The only thing that should matter is like the end result, not how it looked along the way. Getting deep. No, yeah, I think we're on the same page here. You phrased it correctly. I get you. You're not able to support yourself. Yeah, I know, it feels like that. But I don't know if it's true. In the old days, you just had to get the art director's attention. And that could just be a cold call or an email. Just send them your portfolio and say, hey, please have a look. Thanks for your time. And that's it. Sit back and wait and hope. But these days, artists are trying to turn the entire population into like their client. It's a different beast. I don't know how many prominent art directors for companies that I want to work with are ever bothering to, watch me on YouTube. Maybe they do sometimes, they're fans of art just like everybody else, but I don't know what I'm trying to say, just that as an artist, you kind of got to pick your audience, your target audience, rather. Sometimes you miss the mark. Yeah, ArtStation, yeah, definitely. That one seems to bridge the gap between your casual audience and your professionals, art directors and stuff, and people looking for artists to hire. Oh yeah, I recently got my ArtStation back up, I think. I don't know what happened. I had locked myself out for a couple of years, screwed up two-factor authentication or something like that, and could not recover my account, but it seems to be unlocked now. I've been meaning to, update my portfolio there. That can be one heck of an intimidating place, though. Lots of amazing digital art there. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I know Epic Games bought it. I don't know if they changed how they're doing security. I'm not really sure. That's my theory. Yeah. I don't think I use Epic for much else. I might have an account, but I don't really play any of their games at the moment. Yeah, same. Yeah, Steam kind of won that war. I basically, even if I didn't purchase the game through Steam, I'll use the Steam launcher because they have really good controller support and all that jazz. Yeah. All right, take care of those dogs. Nice chatting with you. Bleh. Nice chatting with you. Hope to catch you again. Yeah, sometimes it's a little fun and easy to switch to the coloring part. It's a little easier on my brain. So when I get tired of the line work, this is a fun little distraction. It's not necessarily the smartest way to go about things. I should, render all the things at the same time so that the values work well with each other, but I've got enough experience that I can get in the ballpark. I may have to adjust things a little once it's nearer to completion. What's going on here? Right. I don't know what I was doing there. It's weird. That's why you don't skip steps. trying to make these gloves look a little bit shiny, like as though they're made of leather. And the way to do that would be to compress the highlights into smaller areas. If that makes any sense. Goes from dark to light in a small amount of space. If you want really glossy, you could go like from almost black to almost white without any intermediate steps. It's not quite the same thing as increasing the contrast. Like, you could draw, a soft matte sweater and use the whole value range from black to white. And if you do it right, it won't look shiny. It's just about getting those highlights in a small area. I don't know. I'm no expert. Hopefully that makes sense. And you also need reflected light where you can put it. Alright, once I'm finished this glove, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. Don't know when, don't know what my schedule will yield. Would like to find a day and stick to it, but don't know. I can't promise when I'll find that day. Alright, that should do it for the gloves. Like I was saying earlier, I might have to adjust them once I've rendered everything else. Maybe the pumpkin could be a little lighter, but again, I'll figure that out later. That's an easy fix. Alright, signing off. Thanks again. Bye-bye.